Hi, welcome to Bodywise Pilates. In this video we're going to be focusing more on the lower part of the body, on the core always, but a little bit more on the legs today. Please work with the breathing, exhaling at the time of pointing the exercise when you're meant to exhale, and inhale it through your nose, out through your mouth as if you're blowing out a candle. Listen to your body. We'll be working through various levels as always, so choose a level that suits you. Various exercises you may find you can do a higher level, or you might need to do a lower level depending on what's involved. So we're going to get started. You need just a mat today, and you're going to start in the kneeling position. We're going to exhale, engage the abs and round the spine, opening through the back of the rib cage. Inhale very slightly back and open your chest. So you're exhaling and inhaling to release. Exhaling. Now, if you find this is uncomfortable on your back, stay with these. Otherwise, you may go into just a straightforward cat curl and finish in this position here for the last 2 reps. It's just with the kneeling one, you tend to get a little bit more opening going on through the chest. So we're going to just release through the hips, a little bit of fascial release through the lumbar spine, and get the hips moving. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, length from your tailbone to the top of your head, and one leg extended. Engage the buttocks, but keep your toes on the floor. This will allow you to slide one leg from side to side, and you're going to move your hips. We're not looking for stability so much at this point as mobility. We want to move. So allow those hips to swing. Allow the head to move as long as it doesn't make you feel dizzy. Pull up the abdominals. You are going to stabilize your shoulder girdle a little bit though. Make sure the shoulders aren't up here. Relax the shoulders. One more, and then place. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing with the other leg, sliding from side to side so the buttock can be a little bit more relaxed, and as much movement as feels comfortable for you at your hips and your waist. And again, the head if you want to. Breathing freely, and then place. Just sit back on your heels for a moment. Roll up through the spine, release the spine, and you're going to go down to lying down. In the lying down position today, we're going to do the hip releases. So I have my hip pelvis level, pubic bone and hip bones all on the same plane. My arms open. I'm just slide to the end of my mat so I have space for my feet. Inhaling, don't let the leg flop to the side, and open. Exhale, slide it in a straight line down the mat. Turn the foot to a normal position and pull back in again, staying on the same leg. So inhale, a controlled open. Exhale, slide it. Imagine a line down your mat and you're keeping your heel on that line. Don't let the foot drift out to the side. Straight line. Breathing out, breathing in. And exhale, roll. We'll just do one more. And place the foot. And then we're going to change to the other leg. Inhale out to the side, exhale, slide it down, rotate and pull back in. When you're sliding and opening the knees, start to wake up your core. So I'm contracting my pelvic floor, my belt muscle, in order to prevent my lower back from lifting away from the mat whilst I'm moving my leg. Nice steady breathing. And then release. From here I'm going to place my hand in this shape on my pelvis, and my fingers are pointing down towards my pubic bone. The heels of my hands are on my hip bones. My thumbs point up towards my tummy button. And I'm going to just do my imprints and release. So with the imprint, I'm bringing my ribs towards my hips, and I'll feel my lower back gently shift to the mat, and my fingers very lightly tilt up higher than my thumbs. But I'm not controlling that with the pelvis. I'm controlling it with the abdominal connection. Exhale. And inhale. One more. Neutral pelvis. We're going to continue with the imprint and release, but with a protraction and a retraction of the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to inhale, reach up with the arms, and then exhale, imprint and retract the shoulders. Inhale, reach up, relax through the pelvis, and then exhale, that gentle imprint. So reaching up, relaxing through the abs, and then exhale, engaging. One more. And release. All right, we're going to open the arms. We're going to pop the legs together and cross one leg fully over the other one. And you're just going to allow the legs to rock for a little movement from side to side. And then uncross. Cross the other one over. Again, a little movement from side to side. Chest nicely opened. So controlling with the muscles of the waist here that the legs, the gravity doesn't take the legs, controlling here. Uncross. Keep the legs together this time with the arms still open. The knees are going to go to one side and bounce. Breathing, come center. Exhale, other side and bounce. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep the inside edges of my feet together. So you can see when I go to the side, I have one foot resting on top of the other one. When you go over to one side, your goal is to keep the opposite shoulder down and the knees together. So we're letting one hip lift with a little bounce. Last time. And center. All right, so we're going to do a straightforward abdominal curl. We're going to involve a leg pickup today, so we wake up the hip flexors. Hands underneath the head, elbows lifted, chin tucked in, pelvis neutral. Exhaling, rolling up, bringing one knee in, and inhale to come back down. Now we're going to allow the knee today to come in. Sometimes I ask you just to bring it in over the hip. And today we're going to continue to roll up and bring the knee in just a little bit further so that we encourage this flexion of the spine. Inhale through the nose and out through your mouth. Two more. And the last one. All right. The next one, extend your legs. And you're going to pop them together. Now we're going to start this very carefully. This is a very strong exercise for the abdominals, thighs and hip flexors. If you don't do it properly, you run the risk of pulling through your back. We need to make sure the work is coming from the right area. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands just on the inside of the hip bones. You dig your fingers inside these hip bones and cough. You should feel a muscle flicking up against your fingers. Now what I want you to try and do is trigger that muscle, make that muscle contract but without coughing. So just lightly dig the fingers in or just lay the hands on top. And when you exhale, see if you can feel all of this area really tighten up, really engage. Breathe in, release. Try not to overgrip. Don't do it so tight that you kind of put the body into this position. Relax the shoulders. Just isolate to tighten and flatten here and a release. Okay, we're going to add on. This is where it starts. So we're going to exhale, engage here, then clench the buttocks together really quite strongly and have the intention of taking weight out of your calves and heels and breathe in, release. Now, as if you're trying to pick your legs up. I don't want you to pick your legs up yet. I just want you to engage here, squeeze those buttocks and have that feeling as if, okay, I'm prepared to lift my legs. And some of you might already think, God, I can't lift my legs. Some of you lift the legs up really easily. It does depend on how long your legs are, the lever length, the weight of your legs, how much muscle mass you've got in your legs, as to how challenging this is. What's so important now, I'm going to start to lift my legs. You'll see I'm engaging and I'm doing it ever such a small lift, is that I don't let my lower back pop up away from the floor. I keep it wherever's a natural position for me with this engagement. Exhale, tighten, engage those glutes, lift and inhale, release. If you can't lift the legs, please don't worry. Just keep going with the restart of that intention of lifting the legs, engaging and releasing. All right, just 2 more because these are quite strong. Last one. And release. All right, now that you've woken these muscles up, we're going to make them work, keeping the legs up at 90 degrees to do the supine Superman. So imprint, engage here again, one leg 90 degrees, then the other one with the legs slightly apart. Arms up towards the ceiling with the palms facing each other and your shoulders down in towards the mat. As I extend one leg, engaging the buttock and the thigh, I reach the opposite arm behind, breathe in, return. And you alternate from one side to the other. Go with your breathing rate, but if you tend to breathe quite quickly, try to slow it down. Exhale. All right, so only one arm and the opposite leg should move at any one time. What tends to happen is the other arm wants to go down. Don't let it, all right? Keep one arm totally still and the opposite leg totally still. Just extending from the hip and from the shoulder, keeping that core engagement, trying to keep your neutral or your imprint through your pelvis. Last one. And then just hug those legs in and do a little bit of a rock from side to side. Alright, so earlier on I had you doing these little knee bounces from side to side, kind of waking up these oblique muscles. We're now going to do it in a much more controlled fashion to work the obliques and then go straight into another exercise from there so we keep you moving. We're going to have the arms here, alright, and the legs over. So we're going to go over to one side without letting the opposite, until I find that point of almost, oh no, return, and inhale, come center. And then I'm going to go the other side. Exhale, I can let the head move very slightly the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Inhale to come center. Exhale, over. It's important that you keep your legs apart, the feet and the knees the same distance. If you allow the knees to come together, you'll find that your legs will share the workload, and we want these obliques working more. I'm going to do one more each side. And then I'm going to keep my knees up. If you've had enough with the legs up, put the feet on the floor with the knees bent. Hands underneath the head. And you're going to go into the obliques, but we're not going to do it with leg extensions. We're going to stay at this level, exhaling up, inhaling down. If you're starting to feel it's too much with the legs up, like I said, pop your feet on the floor. Exhale up and inhale down. After this, we're going back to the legs, giving your abs a little bit of a rest. So you can see my head is going either all the way to the floor or almost all the way down each time. So I'm getting a really nice range of motion with each movement. One more each side. And down, arms, one leg, the other leg. Alright, so like I said, back to the legs. We're going to do the bridge. We're going to get some movement going with the abductors, the lateral hip rotators, and the adductors as well. The arms can just be beside you, neck nice and long, heels a little bit closer into the bottom in line with your sit bones, but not too close. So as I breathe out and start this abdominal contraction, the buttock squeeze to tilt the pelvis, and I roll up, I'm going to open my knees. As I come back down, I'm going to allow the legs to come back to parallel. So I'm exhaling up with open knees, inhaling down, returning to parallel. So we're going to get a nice flow through here, still rolling down through the spine, through imprint, releasing to neutral and rolling back up again. Still mobilizing that spine whilst really working through those glutes, pushing that pubic bone up to the ceiling. Let's do one more with the legs this way and come down. Now we're going to go up with the legs in parallel, and on the way down, open as we roll through the spine. So up in parallel, opening on the way down. A really nice movement through the spine, squeezing those buttocks each time. Exhaling up, inhaling down. One more, and rolling down, parallel. Okay, so we're going to do the stepping stones. What I would like you to imagine is that in line with your feet, each foot you have 3 stones, each one just that little bit further away. Now, your easiest level, if you really struggle with the legs in the air, moving the legs, and you're feeling it in your back, is to do this with the arms up, but your legs on the floor here, and just engaging the core so when you pick a leg up, you don't let the back pop up, and tap your stones, keeping the other foot on the floor. That's your easiest version if when we start it you find it too difficult. Arms up, shoulders down. Imprint, one leg up 90 degrees, keep your core connection, and here we go. Clench this buttock and tap 1, tap 2, tap 3, inhale up, change legs. So you'll feel as you tap further away how you need to work through your core a little stronger, because with each further away tap, that lower back may feel like it wants to pop up a touch. Okay, so we're tapping, squeeze the buttock. Don't let gravity carry that leg down for you. Work it. One more each side. Last one. And hug those legs in just to stretch out. Draw the chin in and a little rock from side to side. Alright, so either roll onto your side or rock up to seated. And we're going to be doing the full roll up. If that doesn't suit you, do the half roll back instead. So with the half roll back, it's just this one here, rolling up and over today, up. So you're going to roll back, inhale, come up, exhale, come over the knees, inhale, come up, exhale, roll back. If you're happy to do the full version, feet together, arms out in front, exhaling to roll down through your spine. On the inhale, as you draw your chin in, lift the arms and shoulders, and then exhale to roll up, reaching for your ankles, and inhale, sit up straight. So we're exhaling, roll down. Inhale, and exhale to roll up. Inhale, sit up tall. If you're happy with these, fantastic. If you feel you're fine doing this, but to get up, you're having to throw yourself or jolt yourself up, what you can do to try and get you from the stage of doing this to the full one is just roll up a little towel or put a very small cushion just behind your bottom, not under your bottom, just in this position here. And it will just help you move from one stage, one level of exercise to another. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, roll back. Like I said, if that's too much, you're exhaling to roll, inhaling to sit up, and up. Exhale, roll. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale, roll. Or your last one, full one. Exhale, rolling down. Inhaling. And exhale all the way up. And inhale, sit up straight. Good. Alright, so we're going to go into a plank position and do a one leg kick to work the hamstring and all the time working the core. So we're going to have the elbows underneath the shoulders. Try not to sink into your shoulders. Push down into the elbows and up, out of your shoulders with your head and neck. The legs are parallel. I'm trying to lift my tummy up off the mat. Alright, I've got the wrong t-shirt on, Stacey. It's hanging down. So that there's no tummy touching the mat. Pull up, so I'm just resting on my pubic bone and my hip bones. When I exhale, I'm going to bend the knee, pointing the toes, release it slightly, flex the ankle, and then put it down. So it's breath out, breath in to place. Now, if I were to relax my abdominals and my core stabilizes, this is what would happen. I think about it. Well, my tummy drops, and then when I do this leg movement, can you see how my body is moving? So by engaging everything and stabilizing and managing to keep the rest of my body much stiller. Okay, so keeping those shoulder blades, have the feeling of them sliding down towards your waist. Last one. And release. Good job. Okay, so we're going into a prone single leg raise. And you can bring an arm in if you want to. The arm's optional. So what we're looking at here, the legs are apart, the arms on the floor, elbows level with your shoulders, elbows at 90 degrees. So the easiest version is just engaging the thigh and buttock of one leg and bringing the leg into a gentle lift and inhaling to lower. So thigh and buttock, gentle lift, inhale, lower. Try not to engage both thighs and both butt cheeks and lift a leg. I want you to isolate to only engaging on one side. Okay? So you can stay at this level, or as you engage the thigh and the buttock, you can straighten the opposite arm and just lift your head slightly, and then inhale, go back down. Thigh and buttock, exhale, reach, and back down. I'm looking at the floor, I'm just looking slightly further forwards when I lift. I'm not doing this, all right? Exhale and inhale. If this feels too much for you, you can keep your hands in this position and maybe just slide an arm. So that challenges you to keep your shoulder girdle stability. Or hands underneath your head, really relax the neck and shoulders, and just go with the leg and nothing else. Last one. And release. Good job. All right, so we're going to come up onto kneeling. And I got you prepared for this exercise earlier by doing this sliding motion from side to side. However, the foot is now going to stay up off the floor, so the buttock has to work. If you're uncomfortable on your wrists, you may come onto your elbows, all right, but just be careful with your posture, shoulders away from your ears. So we're going to lift one leg and extend it in a straight line with the hip, bringing in 3 movements here. So we're going to exhale to lift it in the center. Inhale, tap to one side. Now earlier on when we did at the start of the routine, the class today, we allowed the hips to move, remember? Now they're staying really still. Exhale up, inhale, tap. One more. Exhale up here. Okay, inhale, hold. Now I'm going to exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. And you should be able to see how I'm keeping my knee at the same height as my hips. I'm not letting that knee drop. If the knee drops, it means that buttock is relaxing a little bit. We need to keep that glute muscle working. Working the hamstring, bending, quadricep to straighten. 3, 2, hold this last one if you can. Squeeze that buttock so you're just doing the tiniest little donkey kicks up to the ceiling, keeping that leg at 90 degrees. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back towards your heels. Release your wrists if you've been up on your hands. Okay, let's do the other leg. So position yourself again. Think about your spine, your shoulders, your neck, pulling up the abs, extend the leg. Exhale, it lifts. Inhale to tap. Last one. Breathe in, hold. Exhale, flex. Inhale to reach. So I'm pointing those toes and flexing the ankle with each one. You're nearly there. Three more. Abs still pulled up, really working. 2. Hold this one. Work that glute. Push up. 9, 8. Abs still engaged. 6, 5, and 1. And sit back on your heels. Circle your wrists. Well done. Alright, so we're coming back down onto the front again to do the heel squeeze prone. And then you're done. We just have a release exercise to do for the lower back and the waist, and you're finished for today. So we're going to have the hands one on top of the other underneath your forehead. Release through the shoulders. Open the legs just past the corners of the mat and rotate them outwards from the hips. From here, you're going to bend your knees and pop your heels together. All right, shoulders stay relaxed. When I exhale, I'm going to press my heels together so my inner thigh muscles, my adductors engage. Squeeze my buttocks and then inhale to release. So it's going to start by pressing the heels, exhaling, then pelvic floor, abdominals, buttocks, and inhale to release. Now every time you're squeezing and lifting, the knees may or may not come up. Don't try to lift the legs. It should just naturally happen if the glute contraction is strong enough, and it does depend on the mobility and how your hips move. So exhaling and inhaling. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Have that feeling of sliding your shoulders down away from your ears. Remember the pelvic floor and the belt muscle. 4 more. And 3. 2. Okay, get ready. You're going to hold your last one. Exhale, hold it. Inhale, keeping those knees up off the floor. Open those legs, extend those legs. Hold it here. And then lower, relax. Good job. All right, legs go back to parallel. Hands come under the shoulders, push up and sit back into your cat curl. Take a deep breath in here and then exhale, roll through your spine to seated upright. Alright, so just to release a little bit here, we're going to sit with the legs in this tailor position and we're going to do our pendulums from side to side. Alright, so that we work with a little bit with the fascia and releasing the fascia. We're just going to make this movement a little bit more unpredictable. So you're going to do maybe a couple of bounces on this side and no bounce on this side, or no bounce this side this time and maybe 3 bounces this time. So don't think about it too much, just move. But do engage the abdominals so you are supporting your back. Stay with the pendulums now, softening the elbow as you land on the hand. One more. And release, breathing in, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, look down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, look up. And then look straight ahead. And you're done. Good job. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please, if you have time, to leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the class on YouTube. That would be fantastic. And to subscribe and share. Don't be afraid to share the link with your friends and family as well. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and until the next time. Bye now.